Hello. This video is going to be about probably my favorite weapon in this game, the Kuva Grattler. It, so far has carried me through any content I've wanted to use it in. Um, the, basic starting information of it. It's got a fire rate of 5.5, a magazine size of 60, 2.5 second reload speed. It has infinite body punch through. It'll keep going through enemies until it punches through and just hits a wall and then it'll explode. Decent crit chance at 2.7. Crit damage is 2.0. It says 3.2 because I have Tenacious Bond from my pet, my Sahasa. And the same status chance as its critical chance, though it's not a very good status hose. But yeah. So the main difference between the Grattler and the Kuva Grattler is the Kuva Grattler has a higher crit chance, crit multi, and status chance, double the magazine size, and it gets double ammo regen in Archwing and Necromech stuff, but the base damage is lower, and it also has a slower reload speed, but as you can see, the base Grattler has a spool up time, which almost makes it suck, like, extremely to use, while Kuva Grattler has 0 spool up time, and it can just fire freely. To get the Kuva Grattler, you need to create a Kuva Lich in a level 20 or higher Grineer mission. Then, seek them out in the Saturn Proxima node after completing the Kuva Lich's requirements, and vanquish them. Then, you will see that the Kuva Grattler will appear in your forge for collection. Gravimags are acquired from Profit Taker's Stage 3 bounty. Additional Gravimag blueprints are found in your dojo in the Tenno Lab. The systems for Gravimags can be purchased from Little Duck and Fortuna at a ratio of 10 to 5 to 2. Finally, Archgun Arcane adapters can be acquired from Nightcap and Fortuna for 80 Frigolite or from bounties. So this is the build for it, using 5 Forma so that you can Valence override it, but you can get away with 2, maybe even 1 Forma if you want to build it as cheaply as possible. Let's see. Dual rounds, rubedo lined. Not that one. Viral. Heat. You want venomous clipping and combustion rounds for as much damage. Status chance doesn't exactly matter. It only really matters on the viral for higher weighting, so that when status does happen, you're more likely to get viral, which increases your damage. Automatic trigger, which turns its already super high fire rate into an even crazier fire rate. And critical focus, and then you kind of have a flex slot, really. So I like using hollowed bullets, but you can use something like ammo chain if you want the extra ammo. Critical focus, while it is a little bit more annoying to use in every single circumstance, it is more critical. It is more damage than hollowed bullets, despite having lower crit damage, just because of that extra crit chance. For Arcanes, you're going to want to use either Primary Merciless for the 30% reload speed and the 360% damage boost. Archguns love stacking damage, just as much damage as possible. Or Primary Deadhead if the recoil's too much for you. Or you're getting like a lot of headshots with it, but Grattler's not really a headshot gun, so Merciless is usually better in all cases. Additionally, there are, if you can run them, Primary Bulwark is better than both of them if you have 1500 armor, or at least more than 1360 armor. So if you have more armor than a health conversion will get you to this. And then Bulwark will be better. And the best in slot is Primary Overcharge. Primary Overcharge will give you 350% multi-shot if you have 1,000, at least 1,000 energy, and you stay at 90% or above, so like 900 energy. For the frames that can like sustain that, it is really, really good. Why don't use compression? Compression is currently bugged. It's supposed to give the reduced explosion radius and increased damage, but it just gives the ammo efficiency, does not decrease the explosion radius, and does not give damage, despite the tooltip saying it does. Just like most of the arch guns. The Larkspur, the Ayanga are also like that. The Morga. The only arch gun that compression works on is the Mausolon. I've submitted a bug report. Hopefully they fix it. But that's the primary Arcanes. The secondary Arcanes, there's really only one choice, and that's secondary Enervate. Enervate does not need any introduction. Whenever you hit with a bullet, you gain crit chance. After you get 6 orange crits, you reset down to 0. Grattler fires so fast and has so much multi-shot, you'll stack to orange and red crits really, really fast. If you have high shield, you can also run Cascadia Overcharge if you'd like, but Enervate is better in every example. Additionally, there's some like niche builds, like if you're doing the Guilty, you're going to want to use where is it? Primary Crux and Cascadia Flare. Cascadia Flare for damage, because you can't exactly stack Merciless on boss type enemies, so shooting their weak points to get more status chance, to get more heat procs, to do more damage is just going to be better, because things with damage attenuation just kind of ignore crits to begin with, so just hit them as hard with as big of a number as you can. But pretty much for every single primed mod you want to add to it, it's going to take another forma. The optimal valence is magnetic. You don't need to get 60%. I just did it because I like having 60% on my adversary weapons. Just having magnetic is enough. whether it be through Valence Fusion, Valence Override, or you just get one Grattler and have it be magnetic. The Riven. You want something like crit damage, fire rate, and either damage, toxin, cold, heat, or multi-shot. And any negative that doesn't matter. Minus zoom, minus impact, minus puncture. That's kind of the optimal that you can get. Mine is toxin, but I could get more out of it if I had, say, cold or multi-shot. So that is the build for the Grattler, but there's some things that, help support it, like the Sahasakubro. The Sahasakubro has the dig trait. Its purpose, this entire build, its purpose is to dig and die. It's running elusive posture, so it has a 50% chance to evade attacks, and it is running exactly 50% crit chance, so that it can trigger Tenacious Bond. It cannot trigger Reinforced Bond unless you are running Calculated Redirection and Reinforced Bond, and you're running like shield pads. That'll let you hit the overshield for it, but it'll only apply while it has overshield. I'm also running the mecha set, because why not? You can get a 2-piece mecha set from your dog. Yeah, dig. What dig does is every so often it will stand in place. Sometimes it actually can do it while moving, and it will dig at the ground and pull up something you need. So it'll pull the 270% crit success chance means that it will pull up 2 items, and it has a 70% chance to pull up a 3rd item, whether it be energy, health orbs, or ammo. If you have high energy and full health, it will always dig up ammo. And the ammo it digs up is specific to your gun. If you have a primary, it'll dig up primary ammo, secondary ammo, and for Archguns, it will dig up Archgun ammo. This matters because Archgun ammo, unlike universal ammo, resets your deployer cooldown. So say you have Archgun ammo just lying around because your dog was digging, and you go down and you lose your Archgun. You can run over to where your dog dug and pick up the ammo, and it will immediately reset your deployer and allow you to call back down your Archgun completely refilled of ammo. Nothing super important on it. Reduces recovery time. This would be the optimal build. Reduce recovery time, animal instinct, comfort mods. Duplex Bond gives you energy orbs, which helps with primary overcharge, and it also keeps you capped on energy, so it's more likely to dig you up ammo. Additionally, I'm running Kratos for movement. The only 2 that matter are Evolution 2 and Evolution 4. And I'm running Afentis Prime, though you can get away with regular Afentis. So the way Afentis works is Ballistari Might gives you increased fire rate, reload speed, and among other things, but the most important thing it gives you is increased ammo maximum. It gives you 100% increased ammo maximum. So while you're in the bubble, say you pick up ammo, it lets you go over your limit. If you throw down Afentis and then call down your Archgun, it will come down with an extra 100% ammo. This effectively means you get a free ammo chain just from running Afentis. Now, there is a downside to running Afentis in that, well, two big downsides. So, if you go down, your Archgun deployer, say you're like a little bit below your max, your Archgun will come off cooldown in like 16 to like 40 seconds. But if you are over your maximum with Afentis, it will have the full 5-minute cooldown as if you respawned with it. And additionally, your dog will not dig while you are above your basic ammo maximum. So while you have Afentis' ammo, your dog will not dig for additional Archgun ammo, so you will not be able to reset your deployer if you go down. So realistically, if you're focusing on your Archgun, you don't need a primary unless you're willing to deal with those caveats. Another one that works is Scourge Prime. Granted, it only works the first time, because you can't use your primary otherwise. So you can use, like, a damage-dealing primary. I personally use a damage-dealing secondary. I use Furious Incarnate as my damage-dealing secondary. Whenever I go down and my Grattler's on cooldown, I whip out Furious and I use it until my Grattler comes off cooldown. That's all it's for. That is literally its entire purpose. Yeah. That is the entire build. I'm going to now show you how it fares in different types of content. Honestly, there's not really much to say about it in Steel Path. Any weapon, if you try hard enough, can shred Steel Path, so long as you build it right and just shove a million primed mods into it, kind of like I have. But it is more than good enough to carry you through the entire star chart, and even 1999. As an Archwing gun, it fares exceptionally well. If you can get a bunch of enemies down a hallway, you can pretty much clear that hallway of enemies. Granted, it does struggle a bit more in railjack missions and more, like, open areas. Things where its range of, like, a 1 to 2,000 meter fall off can actually matter. But in close quarters, it is a very solid gun. Though, if you plan to use something for railjack, or plan to do, like, Grineer missions, you may want to consider other arc guns. The Archimedias is where it really starts to shine. In Deep Archimedia, it really quickly just depletes the health bars of Necromech Eximus, as well as can handle the level 500 Murmur enemies. You can even run Radiated Reload in your flex slot if you want a super effective damage type on them to just get even more damage out of it. In the clip you're watching, I did not do that, yet I am still killing them within half a second of shooting at them. It shines the brightest when you're using it on your Necromech, when you call it in, because it allows you to if you have Void Rig, effectively be invincible for the entirety of that step of Archimedia, as well as have an extremely powerful weapon that can just wipe out all the murmur. Sure, it's not as good on things like mirror defense, unless you're in a party, which then you can pretty easily DPS everything down while your teammates collect the glyphs. But if you're doing it solo, then it's definitely better on deployer so that you can call it in and collect glyphs at the same time. Temporal Archimedia is my personal favorite place to use Archguns, and the original reason why I put together Archguns. Because there was a modifier called heavy munitions that makes it so that unless you're using an Archgun or a rocket launcher, the enemies take 95% less damage. As well, on one of the weeks, gear embargo was changed so that you could now call down your Archgun. So now you can pick all 3 of the weapons you want, pick all 4 of the options, and pick whatever Warframe you want that is your Archgun weapon platform, and use it and your Archgun for the entire time and still get the purple reward. Sure, you don't get the extra Pix chips, but the Pix chips that you do get are enough to buy yourself at least one of the Arcanes a week. With the chance of more dropping in the actual Archimedia. It's good for killing Legocytes quickly. It's good for destroying the tank. Realistically, there is pretty much nothing in Temporal Archimedia that having an Archgun will make you struggle against, so long as you don't get knocked down. Luminous can be a little bit annoying, but Archgun Dante is a thing, and his birds can kill Luminous, so, take that as you will. But truly, Temporal Archimedia is where I think the Kuva Grattler shines like a diamond. If you don't build it for any other reason, I recommend you build it for Temporal Archimedia. I bet you're wondering, how does it fare at level cap? It fares great. It can kill up to level cap enemies as if they were wet tissue paper. All you have to do is ADS and shoot at them. If you would like to see the full level cap video, I will post a link to the unlisted solo cap in the description so that you can see the entire thing. Note, I am bad, so I had to use the Furus for a little bit. But someone better than me very much could use the Grattler the entire time with absolutely 0 issues, and pretty much just have a very easy, very comfortable time. It does require some kind of damage buffing, whether that be Overcharge, Mirage, what have you. It does require some kind of damage buffing to kill things at around level 5,000, but once you get to that point, it's pretty quick, and even without a damage buff, it can still kill something like Thrax in like 5 seconds of just shooting at it. So yeah, that was my Grattler video. I hope you all enjoyed, and look forward to more in the future. I want to try to do one of every single Archgun. This is just the first one, because it's my favorite. Thank you, I hope you all have a lovely day.